that roster. We'll find out where they play, though. Where we're going to actually
hopefully not Cafe again.
Battlefield-wise.
First ban, of course.
Thank you, Luminosity.
There you go. Well, Clubhouse.
Variety.
Oh, Consulate. All right. That's been an interesting one, I think, especially in EU. We've seen a lot of good play of that. It's a good map overall, and one that didn't have to go through any real buffs or anything outside of the 4th bomb site being added at one point and a few spawn peak things. Although, for some reason, I think that umbrella is actually still... You can still shoot through it despite adding it to counter spawn peaks.
Which one are we talking about here?
The umbrella that was added to, was it police line?
Oh, you mean the gas station spawn?
The gas station, that's what it was. Yeah, for the spawn peaks. I think you still either way,
it's visual obstruction. But
either way, not a lot of changes to this map, but it's still a good map despite that. So it's interesting to see it stick around.
Some people like this map, some people don't. I mean, it's kind of got mixed opinions for most teams and most players. I mean, even going into one team, you'll have differing opinions internally. So we'll see how this one plays out once we actually get into it. But yeah, Consulate's going to be a good map, an interesting one to actually get played here between these squads.
Well, it's been a good one for Luminosity this season as they have a win on it. But it was against EG, and we just saw how they play. So.
It's actually looking at this now. It's Luminosity's one of their best maps. They play. It's their most frequently played map recently. What do you guys think? Who's gonna win? Reciprocity.
I feel like that should have probably been a bit closer.
Well, it's honestly though, Devin. That's one of our closest to the season.
Yeah, it's true.
We get so many one-sided polls this season.
This is what I would expect if like Reciprocity were living up to my expectations. This is what I
Yeah, but
they haven't been.
They haven't been, yeah.
No.
Well, everyone's kind of wondering when Reciprocity is going to be like Reciprocity.
Shake them awake.
You know, because honestly, though, they looked so good recently, and they've had some amazing performances recently, and then this season hasn't
Something's
been...
off.
Yeah, something's going on. But we'll find out if today is the day Rec
could be.
Wake up and show us the Rec that we all expect to see, the one that just should be able to take this win against Luminosity. But Luminosity, again, though, surprising a lot of us with their performances. So it's a bit of a story of Luminosity going above and beyond, Reciprocity slightly under-delivering. And are we going to see an equalization here, or is it going to be more of the same?
You know what really stands out to me, though, is Rexon's been doing a lot better this season. He's really, he was struggling at first in terms of like, Jaeger would get banned against him and he was starting to struggle. They were relying on him a lot as a fragger. Now that they've got Slash, I feel like he's been doing a lot better. Capitao, again, not seeing any play today. That is the 3rd ban. Slash is apparently infected. The NA chat is just, especially between some of these teams.
I missed the chat. What did they say?
I don't know. Apparently, just all kinds of crazy things going on here. Nomad getting a ban. This is not unusual on this map. You really want to be able to run around, the jump outs, things like that. We saw it earlier today as well on EU. Just the inside jokes, I imagine, here coming out from these guys. This is also a good ban on this map. You really don't want to deal with a lot of those cameras for those outside jump outs.
So yeah, the Valkyrie ban is pretty essential. Since you got a Valkyrie ban, you'll probably get an Echo ban as well. Because if you ban both Valkyrie and Echo, then you don't need to bring an IQ.
Yeah.
You can.
They still do most of the time anyways.
You can is the key word here, but you don't have to.
Yeah. Still effective against Pulse and Vigil as well. But Mozzie, a rare but useful ban.
So okay. There's plenty of thought process to lead into each of these bans. The Mozzie ban, it's not the Echo, which means Echo and Maestro will both be available, and you're going to need to keep bringing that IQ. But those pests are such a pain. Yeah. Honestly, they're more of a pain than yokai drones.
Here's the thing, though. If you're going to ban Mozzie, they're going to be depending heavily on drones.
I want you to think about how crazy it is that a pest placed on a doorway can be even more of a pain than a yokai drone. Because... I mean, wow, is a yokai drone powerful, but one pest on a doorway can prevent you from droning an entire part of a floor. Yeah. And it could slow down your rounds for 30 seconds. It could eat up a Thatcher EMP. It could do so much.
Unlike a mute jammer, there's even ways to place it on double doors. So it's kind of a pain.
It is definitely. So, I like that ban there, actually, onto the Mozzie, to be honest with you guys.
I'd like to see more droning happen, and that's the one way to enable it. We did see Mozzie, for example, last match.
The best matches are when we have droning be one of the...
Less face-checking.
Yeah, when droning is actually more prevalent, we get to see more interesting matches.
We will have an interesting round to start with already, though, with Slash on Warden. Now, Slash, as we've mentioned before, is one of the most flexible players in terms of operators. In all of NA. He will play anything and everything. He's like the sexy cake of NA in that sense. However, it doesn't always work, but I appreciate his flexibility, and that really added a lot to this team.
Pengu.
Yeah, Pengu as well.
Just thinking about players now that play pretty much everything.
One thing I like about Slash, though, specifically, is his control of the SMG-12, which is rare in itself. But yeah, Laxing also very flexible. He'll also play Warden.
There's, of course, so many other players, and I know you guys are all listing them out in the chat right now, going, what about this guy, what about that guy? And you're right, yeah, there's lots of those.
I like to see from Slash because he does it so often.
Yeah, he will change up his roles quite a lot.
Yeah.
Now, Reciprocity, so far, I mean, when the records that we have for them, Reciprocity have about a 50%, they have a 50% dead to rights, 50% win rate on attack for Consulate over the last 3 games on this map. So, you know, that's pretty good. It's only 3 games, but if they break an even 50, that's not bad for Reciprocity. As they switch over to their defensive side, they've got a slightly lower percentage though, so 47%. So on defense, so I don't know. Reciprocity's going to have to do something that's going to break the statistics for their last 3 matches in order to win this one.
One thing I noticed interesting about Luminosity's setup is, first off, they're not denying the garage. Instead, they actually opened up where the attackers would normally open up. You see the hole in the roof there a second ago? In Piano, the way attackers would, to maintain control of Piano and actually pressure them as they enter the garage. Rather than contesting the garage in terms of gadgetry, they're contesting it purely in terms of holding Piano and firing downwards.
Yeah, and that can work out really well.
Because they have the mirror
right now,
window upstairs.
I think that Reciprocity's actually got somebody on the concrete wall trying to hold the windows, but I'm not sure. I couldn't quite see.
Oh, they left this soft. He's got a shotgun as well.
Yeah, that's big. That means that the player in the bathroom, Rexon, is going to feel a lot of pressure from that gridlock of Nyx. Yeah, FoxA's actually worked his way into the main lobby. He's trying to challenge Rexon as well. This is going to be a 2-way challenge between the Sledge and the Gridlock. And the Sophia, actually, a 3-way challenge here as Vertical contributes.
Or Rexon.
Yeah, that's not a great place for Rexon to find himself right now. He's got an ADS to protect him from the lifeline, luckily for him. I actually think he has fallen back now. Yeah, so the utility is going to force that player to drop into the site. But look at this, guys. Only a minute left. That's not a lot of time to work with if you're Reciprocity. But at least they have managed to clear out upstairs. That's big.
Garage door open as well.
Yeah, they did open up the middle panel though, so that means there's not a lot to work with there. You typically open up both or one side.
They do have smokes here on the Gridlock, so they have something to help with that. However, Slash, interestingly, being on the Warden, can see through smoke, something you don't see often.
There are gas canisters to deny the push.
Yeah.
Oh, a missed opportunity from FoxA. He narrowly misses out on the Maestro. He didn't want to lose his life on that challenge, so he didn't take the extra risk of the continued peek. Retro going for the plant, and there's a gas canister to deny. It is ticking away at Retro, but he's going to be able to get the plant, which means post-plant basement Consulate. Though there are lots of kills coming out here, or rather just at least one actually to start with for LG. And no more answer back as FoxA picks up a double kill. It's good that he played safe earlier because he was instrumental in this round. Team Reciprocity cleaning up shop after the plant. And limited control on the site there for Luminosity. Great attack from Reciprocity. First round goes to them.
I liked some of the ideas, but I could see a lot of problems with that defensive setup.
Yeah, there was like smokes. There were smokes coming out, gas canisters to respond.
Ward could see through the smoke.
The Evil Eyes were, they didn't factor in at all.
No. Must have been busy just firing the Alda.
Yeah, I think he was definitely busy. He was relocating, I assume.
Especially with smoke too, you don't necessarily have to use Evil Eyes. You can really just pre-fire a lot through the smoke, especially with only one panel open.
I think the player at the back of white that FoxA shot at, who he forced to rotate, that might have been the Maestro, which made it so he couldn't use his Evil Eye to deny.
We also had the mirror trying to peek the small crouch hole on the side white van and just losing that fight as well.
Yeah. The coverage on the yellow stairs was bad for Luminosity as well. Yeah. I mean, a lot of layers there. Luminosity playing too passive overall, and Reciprocity just like, we'll go in and plant that.
Well, they also really thought they could hold Piano, and they just immediately gave that up without a fight because they were getting pressure from 3 people and a lot of utility as well.
Well, what we do know is that Reciprocity pretty soundly won that one. We'll move forward from that.
Yeah, we'll see how they do on console here. They could have played Garage again, but of course, that didn't work out so well. They want a chance to kind of try something a little bit different here on console, aka CEO. And it's going to depend somewhat on Factor playing Smoke, likely in meeting. This is very important, but we're seeing it again in an Alibi. It's always an interesting roamer, especially with a lot of windows that are going to be pre-fired. Can be very helpful in getting some idea where the defenders are outside without a Valkyrie, because they don't have those outside cams. They do have a Pulse that'll be able to do some previewing. They are going to have to worry about it. If they know Slash is on that Pulse, they are going to have to make sure to clear him out from the middle floor if they want to try and plant here in console, which looks like Retro is setting up for it.
It's a nice Evil Eye there. Should be able to deny some of the droning, but there's plenty of information being gathered by Reciprocity before the Evil Eye is actually accessed by Hyena. This is definitely a curious take here from Reciprocity. They're going real real basic with the CEO push. Have they even taken control? No, they haven't gotten top of yellow yet.
I think maybe they're hoping to kind of push everyone away, and they just smoke plant it.
I think that's Rexen top yellow, so he'll be able to ADS juggle. Assuming he's gonna ADS juggle. He's already got one placed, or possibly two, and one on the floor, one in his pocket, and he's actually gonna fall back to bathroom. Interesting.
All right.
Immediately just get out of there. He doesn't waste any time.
He doesn't want to lose people, which I appreciate, but then they're not necessarily...
He can rotate back.
Yeah, it's just...
I assume he will.
Smart. Yeah, the Slash is also providing a lot of intel. You can see him running around with that pulse as well, and that could be helping making their positioning so they're not getting easy picks on attack.
FoxA wary of the run out there from bottom yellow. Definitely got to be careful there. It's Slash with as the pulse downstairs. He's even got Doodle there, yeah, support.
Ooh,
vertical.
Nice.
With the vertical kill, speaking of.
Yeah.
Rexen going to peek aggressively onto the window, and he's gone. That's the top of yellow player. That means that Reciprocity has yellow stairs control, but they've got to be wary about these roamers that are actually under yellow, so there's potential for a retake from Luminosity. We only have a minute left, too, mind you.
Yeah, that's burning time well, at least.
It's not a lot to work with.
When you spend a long time pressuring yellow stairs without necessarily taking it, that tends to lose you around.
Ooh. Some opportunity there by Z. Vertical aware of this, has been called out by FoxA. Bathroom control still well in hand for Luminosity, and you can see Vertical does not check that. He'll die to Factor because of that. Laxing trying to apply pressure from the skylight. Ooh, he sees the foot of the smoke. There's a chance. Slash will deny the plant from below using C4. Doodle also gets FoxA challenging from the yellow doorway. Nyx on Repel trying to get the player top yellow. That's the smoke of Factor. Laxing not even sure where he is. We know Reciprocity is in a 2v4 with only 25 seconds. Two players still downstairs. Nyx trying to challenge. Not going to be easy. As he gets one, he will know that there's a second down here. The Pulse having denied the plant earlier in the round. He doesn't know where, and that will cost him. Factor still yellow, and he has a shotgun to boot. And that's going to be an easy kill for him. All on Laxing now, and well, with 3 enemies to find, he will get one, but just a down. No kill, and Hyena cleans it up. Luminosity get their first round.
A lot of jobs just not done there.
Oh, definitely.
Reciprocity, it was the kill on the Rexen. That was a great start. You had things going. You were trying to take control of yellow stairs. Problem is, you got to know what's going on in a bathroom. There's almost always a rotate there. If you don't know what's going on in a bathroom, you can't take yellow stairs. It's just you're just going in blindly at that point, and that started to steamroll things. Then also, again, as I said at the beginning of the round, if you don't clear out Slash on that pulse, it's going to come back to bite you. And Retro thought, oh, I can go for planting here. If you know there's a pulse, you know you can't do that without at least someone pressuring Piano. That was just too many mistakes that started to steamroll.
I must assume they just didn't know there was a pulse, which to me is surprising.
That's, again, sloppy either way. Whether it be the failure to think about it or to know about it.
And it is sloppy for sure. But I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm trying to play devil's advocate for Reciprocity.
Very fair, yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely not the best attack onto the top floor. I said at the beginning of the attack, Reciprocity went really basic with that assault. Yeah. The big thing that I want to highlight is that Reciprocity wouldn't have gotten yellow stairs control, or it didn't seem like they would have, if Hyena had, or not Hyena rather, Rexen had. Wait, it was Rexen, right?
Rexen was the first to die on yellow.
Yeah. If Rexen hadn't stepped into the yellow window, then I don't think that Reciprocity would have gotten control there.
It probably wouldn't work.
They weren't even trying to clear out ADSs. Made top of yellow. That process didn't start, and I don't know if it would have at all. So.
I also wonder if that was their lineup for Garage, thinking Garage was going to be attempted again, because they had the Thermite unnecessarily.
Maybe.
They have it again, but it is Garage again now.
I think they're just being careful. I mean, you always bring Thermite until you know that Garage can't be played, because then it could be played, and if it gets played and you don't have Thermite, then you're going to have a bad time. For
sure. I mean, you can play Habana with it. In theory, you could even play Maverick, but that's a difficult thing to pull off.
It is definitely very difficult, yeah.
It's easier to pull off Habana, and Reciprocity actually used to be a team that would crawl in through Habana holes in front of White Van.
Yeah, I mean, they can make that happen, absolutely. But they're going to make it easier for themselves this time, and they're going to use a Thermite.
And again, uncontested on this wall, potentially except for a Mute. I imagine that might have been there.
It's one Evil Eye gone. The second one also by White. I believe that's the one placed on the floor. That'll be thrown out.
One.
Vertical will be able to get the other Evil Eye, I believe. Actually, no, it's not even placed this time. Wow, it's just a rush plant here from Retro, and he's going to be planting somewhere different. C4 goes wide, and Slash will miss it. Flurry of kills for Team Reciprocity. 2, in fact, total. Now make that 3 as Nyx gets his second. It's all Factor and Rexen in a 2v5. Garage is not the play. Luminosity, unlikely to go here again. You can see good control here, but that's a nice shot onto Nyx from Rexen. He's looking for more. He's going to have to find 4, and he won't find anyone else. That's it. I mean, it's going so quickly. Reciprocity win the round, and that's their second attack successful onto the basement. I got to say, Luminosity's not going to go there again.
No, and that's exactly what Reciprocity wanted to happen last round, where they go, let's go for the execute, and then just pull it off.
Yeah.
And it totally didn't work last round, but that was
great.
That almost looked easy. Now, I imagine it wasn't. They had enough droning to know at least what positions they could enter and play. And the lack of that Maestro Evil Eye you were talking about that's normally near the rear tire of the white van not being there, I think factored in as well. They saw they didn't have the intel on that side of white, so they just pushed in, took advantage of what they had, and then just won a whole lot of gunfights. Some of them they probably shouldn't have won, but they did, and that's all that matters. Lobby is going to be the attempt here now, is they can't go back to CEO or console just yet, and Garage not being the play. They could also go Archives Tellers, but while that is more popular this season than it had been in the past, it is still a risky site compared to Lobby, which is more doable. But we'll see how LG play this. They are going to bring the Echo this time. Doodle going to be on that. See if he can make a play that's still alive. The hard part is staying alive, making sure you're in a safe enough spot to use that yokai. Because, of course, you cannot be doing a whole lot else when you're sitting there controlling that. So you want to get that preset up, but you don't want it so preset up that they know where to expect it. It's a tricky thing to do. Sometimes Echo Player is a little underrated in how much work it can be, but it is still a very, very powerful operator if you use it correctly.
You got to have at least 1 Evil Eye in the main lobby as well. Some people put 2 in the main lobby. Main thing is, again, the main lobby on this site is actually interestingly, one of the few places where you don't have any horizontal soft destruction. There's just none. All of the walls in B are hard, which means that vertical is even more relevant.
The closest you get almost is like that one soft wall at the doorway to bathroom. You can use an angle. Slash, though, already taking out the Thatcher. Laxing goes down. That's an important early pick in terms of denying some of this here, that the Thatcher can be used to help clear out those Evil Eyes and even disable the Yokais temporarily, as well as clear out some goo mines.
Respect being paid there.
Yeah, always nice to see that.
Yeah, and both these players, they know each other. They played against each other a lot. FoxA going to be eliminating Factor, and that's the smoke gone. So as much as an early Thatcher pick is big, an early smoke pick just as big.
Fox has been having a decent run so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's worth noting though that there are 2 other denial operators in play for Luminosity. That's the Echo and the Maestro. So it's not going to be an easy take into the site for Reciprocity, regardless of the smoke pick.
You also saw them using some of the utility to clear out barbed wire, I believe, on the stairs, and that's going to burn some of those Zofia lifelines that may be necessary to clear those out. Still have some grenades, and Fox has his gun. And he's certainly going to use it to take down 2 now this round.
I mean, you're talking about how Fox has been having an impressive run. Well, that's a really good one there for Fox. He might have just taken the round for his team.
Oh, Yokai down as well now.
Good read from Vertical as he gets that Yokai drone.
Not easy to see.
He's got one more explosive lifeline as well. An impact there. He'll be able to destroy one of the Evil Eyes in sight when it comes to that. You can see the tracks coming out here to try and delay and try and deny the rotations from the remaining Luminosity players. You've got one of those upstairs. I believe it's Slash at the top of yellow. Hyena in the bathroom. And yes, Slash upstairs, as well as Doodle. So 2 players on the top floor here from Luminosity. There goes Slash as he peeks wide into CEO. Poor positioning. You can see Doodle's trying to refrag as he peeked there, but he went back as soon as he was marked. He did not want to risk his life, knowing that the enemy knew his position. Hyena gets Nyx on the site. Definitely not unwinnable for these 2 remaining LG players.
Yeah, as you said, the 2 denial operators still left alive.
They can easily stop a plant from happening between them. And, well, I mean, you're going to have to see Reciprocity go for some team fights instead of just these 1v1s over and over again.
They've also lost their smoke canisters with Nyx being dead, and those are very important if you want to try and pull out lobby.
Good read there from Doodle, but a missed shot. As you can see, FoxA just sprinted past the angle. Only 30 seconds left. Doodle is too preoccupied to deny a plant, which means it falls to Hyena as the plant attempt looks like setting up here for the attack. Reciprocity coming in through the main lobby. Retro has that diffuser. Echo going for the denial, even though he's being contested by FoxA, and he misses. He clicks mouse 1 too quickly, and oh, the second time will land, but that's all of it as Hyena is eliminated. Long angle from Doodle, he'll get it down onto Zofia, but that's it, I think, in the post plant as FoxA eliminates Doodle. That came darn close there, but in the end, Reciprocity still win it. That puts them up 3-1.
I like to see that Fox had meaning control before they went for the execute, and that's what you needed. Problem is, he left to try and hunt the Echo he expected in bathroom. He did eventually find him after losing a teammate, but at the end of the day, it was the man advantage that really helped. Because, of course, had it been a 2v2, I don't know if that necessarily would have gone in their favor, especially had he not missed the first yokai shot and had a second shot at it. Either way, leaving the Echo alive, not always great, but Fox, again, just having a good day here, managing to get that last kill as Echo was preoccupied facing downstairs. But it was surprising he was able to live as long as he was upstairs. They will go for an upstairs defense again here. CEO, now that they can go back here. But Reciprocity, looking like the Reciprocity I think we were expecting outside of that round on the first time they attacked CEO, which was, as we talked about, not their best performance. Slash, again, going to be on that pulse. They almost might want to consider bringing the IQ just to be able to track him down, but of course drones can do that potentially as well. Mute will be helping try and deny that. As you see, Vertical already droning in and losing his drone potentially as he tries to get some idea who's playing where. Will they know that Slash is on that pulse again? I would hope they would at least expect it and try and better control Piano. You can control it somewhat just from a rappel. You do, of course, have to worry about runouts from both the lobby doorway as well as the balcony. So it is not the best position to be in necessarily if you don't have some kind of Claymore or Nomad air jab or something to deny them jumping out on you. But still, they got to do something about Slash this time. Or just maybe go for a different take.
Well, I think different take is an option. I think that applying more focus to the yellow stairs and isolating that position is an option. I mean, really, the last time Luminosity defended here, they won just because yellow stairs and bathroom.
Yeah.
And that both of those positions were held from Luminosity for the majority of the round. And Reciprocity lost too much manpower to it.
I like burning the ADS there. They might offer an opportunity for Lax to take out that mute jammer if he's going to.
Well, I mean, it's an option. You could also just nade into connector. You got choices.
Very true.
Whatever it is that Reciprocity wants to go for.
They are going to start to put pressure on bathroom, and that's important to do. You just said bathroom was a problem for them. Now they're going to try and
solve that problem?
Yeah. I was trying to think of the word that started with the R, but rectify. That's what's like. Resolve works too.
Yeah. FoxA applying pressure with the nade. EMP comes out perfectly timed in unison with that nade, but you can tell that the Jaeger Rexen, as soon as he heard the EMP, he ran away.
That's smart.
It's good timing.
He still has a pocket ADS as well.
Good timing from Reciprocity on the EMP nade combo, but a good awareness from Rexen.
Yeah. Doesn't want to be that first kill this time, and that's 5 up for both sides with no damage still, and a minute and a half pretty much burned out. They do at least have some idea what's going on in the bathroom this time, so it's a good start. But they need to land this nade now.
Another EMP and another nade and another dodged by Rexen. As he falls back, there is nothing left for Reciprocity to get rid of that player.
Lost half his health, though.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's still alive on the position, which is all that really matters, to be honest. Stun coming out there to try and disrupt the Jaeger of Rexen. And, I mean, it'll do that.
There you go.
There goes Rexen as he peeks wild, but Doodle's going to get nicks on the on the bottom, I believe, as he tries to challenge below in yellow.
Struggles without that Ash.
I don't know about
that.
I mean, he's doing his job as the Gridlock. He's putting down that flank watch, but he couldn't win the gunfight against the SMG-11. FoxA will get Factor, so he couldn't land the nades, but that's not on him, really. That's just a good dodging by Rexen, but he will land the shot onto Factor, which is going to be very important since now Reciprocity have yellow stairs control, and they can go for a plant. There is still the C4 from below. That's going to be in the hands of Slash, possibly a second in the hands of Doodle. There's one C4 detonated, so only one left potentially. FoxA sees an enemy at the long desk and is trying to challenge, but you can see Hyena gets away from that. Retro going deep towards A because he doesn't want to get C4'd from below. He might not be safe from that. As you can see, the pulse is ready, but he misses! Oh, a huge miss from Slash! Laxing will get Doodle in the sight as he attempts to come up the stairs. The plant going down here, Pulse trying to deny from below, but FoxA lands yet another beautiful shot. Now it's all on Slash in a 1v4 post-plant. Up 4-1 right now. Reciprocity are looking pretty strong on Consulate. It
is unfortunate, though, that part of the reason they were able to win that is Slash, just the angle was slightly too low on the arc there. And you hate to see it happen because it was a good play. He just slightly off, and
I can't critique Slash for that because I miss that same kind of C4 all the time.
He was also that was a good play. He just happened to miss it, and he was able to help win the round last time on that pulse. He did stay alive towards the end to deny the plant. It's just a lot of slight misses there.
If you're wondering what Factor's talking about right now, whenever you see the three, like the lines, the line with the X extending to like 3 kind of prongs, that means the server's having trouble keeping
and red is not a great color.
Yeah, if yellow and red, either way, if you see it, it's problematic. And I think it's partially because we right now, I think we have some of our highest ever player numbers, highest consistent player numbers.
I know we've had a lot of new viewers to Pro League as well.
Yeah, so if you're
shout out
new,
to you guys.
First of all, if you're new, welcome.
Yeah,
I'm taking
around.
If you just like look at any kind of player statistic, for just representing like for Steam, and that's not, by the way, just quick note, that's not all of the players
By far,
on
considering this is
PC.
mostly like a Uplay game.
I'd say the majority of players are probably only playing on Uplay, excluding Steam. But
it's indicative of growth.
Right. If you look at Steam, you can kind of track a trend. And right now, we're at our highest ever average player count. So I assume that's probably the issue.
Yeah. For those of you who are new, feel free to ask questions about Pro League on the Pro League subreddit. I've seen a lot of people asking questions, and they are promptly answered, usually multiple times. So please, just catch yourself up. There's so much to dig into here. Don't be shy in asking questions, because there's a lot to this game.
A lot of flack gets thrown towards the R6 Pro League subreddit, but it is actually a really good place for you, a good forum for you to discuss things and learn things about Rainbow Six Esports. That's r/r6 Pro League if you want to get in on that. Now, right now, we've got a really good spot for Reciprocity. A lot of these rounds have been pretty close, to be fair.
Yeah.
But Reciprocity are winning, and that's all that really matters. And it's close rounds, but it's dominant in the count right now.
Yeah. It's funny, too, because Fox has been such a long-time Sledge player and just doesn't always have his days, but he's definitely on it today and shows why some people really stick to an operator like Sledge. They just know it so well. They're absolutely able to do the job on it. They are going to, looks like, set up to at least repel into CEO if they can clear it out here.
Well, I mean, it just looks like more of the same right now from Reciprocity.
I mean,
that's worked sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say it's worked more often than not at a 4-1.
But it's worked the same amount of times that it's not.
Yeah. But do something about Slash this time. Don't hope he whiffs his C4.
Oh, there's a totally different setup here from Luminosity. So the same from Reciprocity, but very different from Luminosity.
Yeah.
They've set up.
So close, Retro.
They set up to double reinforce on the bathroom wall. A run out from the garage there, actually, I believe, from Slash. Did he use his C4 for that? He did. Wow.
That's going to help, though.
I don't know if that was the right call for Slash.
Well, Retro did take a bit of damage. Now, that does make him a little weaker on the plant. If Slash gets below him, there's a higher chance he could kill him just with shots.
But that also means that there's no C4 denial from below.
Yeah, he's going to have to use his gun for it.
Yeah, so that's really not ideal for Slash, but he went for it. It just didn't work. Track Stinger's going on to the yellow stairs there to try and lock things up. Now that Reciprocity have control, there's 2 kills for Reciprocity. As Luminosity tries to spring into action, they will be felled. And, well, within the last minute here, Luminosity really don't have a lot of control anymore. Vertical's going to be doing a lot of work from the top of yellow stairs. Doodle will run out onto Nyx, but he'll be refragged by Laxing, who pushes in through the C4 hole made by Slash earlier in the round. Gas canisters going out to deny the repel-in from CEO windows, but Reciprocity's not in a rush. They've got 40 seconds. They don't need to push too much more.
It is 2 denial operators to some extent, the smoke and as well as the SMG-11.
That's a big kill from Factor.
Oh, no smoke left, though.
But he's going to miss the angle as FoxA will get his second kill. Retro gets the plant. Oh, I spoke too soon. Vertical will get the final kill before Retro can get the plant. And ladies and gentlemen, this is certainly looking like an awakened Reciprocity, as this is probably one of their most dominant matches we've seen so far. And it's not done, but 5-1 ain't a bad start.
Yeah. It's funny, too. I feel a little bad for Retro, because I'm one of those players that likes to play the planter and get the defuse down. And there's so often I'm almost frustrated that my teammates just kill everyone before I can get the plant down as I'm in the middle of doing it. I feel like Retro's got to be in that position so many times.
You play in a rank stack, and you're just like, it's a full 5 stack, and you play with all these gunners, and you're like, hey, don't worry, guys. I'll play support. I'll play support. I'll bring Thermite. I'll bring Thatcher. No problem.
I got you.
And then before you can get the plant down, they've swept the whole site, and the round is over.
You're like, guys. Okay, well, all right. I guess that works.
And then there's just Retro in the corner. He's like, guys,
and that's the thing.
Come on.
Retro with a low rating, and that's the thing is he doesn't have to be a gunner most of the time. He's able to pick kills here and there, but he's also a reliable planter, and you really need that sometimes. Especially when you've got so many gunners on a team. It's just like you need someone who's going to not just try and face check everything to balance out those gunners, and they've definitely been gunners today. It's Fox especially. I was kidding a little bit, being sarcastic earlier about Nyx. He's actually been doing pretty good as well. And Vertical's been picking them up here and there as well. Laxing also on quite a few trades also.
I actually think that Nyx has looked a little bit more free on this roster right now. Like with Nyx's operator selection and the way that he's been playing, his whole style has looked a lot different than the way he was on DZ.
Yeah.
And it definitely looks like he's got more room to breathe. So that's on Reciprocity, just giving him that room. But I don't know. Like, obviously, since we're not on the teams, we can never know. It's just an outside perspective. FoxA is the true stand-up performer right now. And as you can see on Luminosity, nobody is really actually having any kind of notable performance.
It's like we're seeing it here and there from them, but it's never enough to close out a round in their favor.
Except for that one time where it was just barely.
Yeah.
And it was barely. This could be a 6-0.
It certainly could be a 6-1 here very soon, but now that we switch sides, you never know how things will go.
Yeah.
We're going to see Vertical sneaking around on the Vigil. Should be fun.
This is going to be a good punch here from Doodle when he gets it. He's just waiting for information.
I hope he's going to wait for it. Relaxing, though, start things off.
Yeah, it's a much better start for Team Reciprocity. Vertical eating a lot of damage there, and he might have actually gotten caught in the cross there, but Doodle didn't appear to be looking. Doodle was holding that angle not a few seconds ago. That is a crazy bad timing there for Doodle, as I think he might have, he jumped on drones right as Vertical rotated. So no refrag. He'll get the scan, though, on Vertical, so at least there's that. I don't know if he'll be able to capitalize on that information from the scan, but at least he knows now where the enemy is.
Well, they're at least being a little more careful now. Droning, and of course, Doodle, once he can get into the building, can scan some more footprints potentially, other than what he's able to see from outside. But they are being careful. They don't want to lose any more men. Rexon being down early is already not a great start. However, at least they're getting the garage open. Minute and a half in, and Doodle's going to rotate out.
I will say this is kind of a late garage opening.
Oh, Fox! Nasty.
Who does that, Fox?
That was nasty.
And that's going to be, what, his 12th kill for this match?
He's going for it.
Yeah, sometimes when we see players just make these brazen plays like this, they can get away with it. That's all it really takes to dominate a round or a match. Factor will get laxing as he reads his flank. Beautiful job there from Factor. That could have been round done and dusted, and that would have been match point if it were. But because of that kill there, we are actually going to see Luminosity stay in this round and stay in contention for a win.
That did burn up a little bit of time, though, so it does work a little bit in Reciprocity's favor. But now the Factor has flank. It's all down to can they repel both sides of the attack.
Diffuser picked up from Hyena. There's a lot of Goyo shields here at the front of White. You can see FoxA challenging. Gas canisters to help FoxA as well. Will make the challenge really difficult for Hyena as we hit the last 35 seconds.
Nyx may also have line of sight on some of those Goyo shields from his Evil Eyes to blow those up, and that could really deny a plant.
Factor droning for himself. Doesn't have any teammates to do it. Gas canisters continuing to go out on the garage panel. The Goyo shields are still there, though. So even once the gases are gone... Oh, what a shot from Doodle! How does he win that? Through the smoke. That's huge. Nyx will get Factor, though. So that's the flank dealt with Reciprocity. They can all turn their guns to the garage panel. And there you go. Retro playing by pipes. We'll get one more. Hyena now the last attacker, and he's eliminated by Retro. Reciprocity, match point. And this is looking like a clean sweep. We're not completely spotless here for Reciprocity, but only one round. That's not bad.
Again, the matches that we thought would be the closest today. So looking one-sided at the moment. Now, as you said, it's not over. It could go to a 6-6. It could go the full distance. But the way that Luminosity are playing, it's not looking like it. They had no real answer to those Goyo shields.
I don't think it's gonna.
I don't think it's gonna either. It doesn't seem like they're on top of their game, and it seems like Reciprocity finally, after struggling a lot this season, looking like they are. So we could see some shakeups in that top 4 today, as Reciprocity could climb up there. I'm not sure exactly where they'd end up with a win, but it's certainly going to help their chances. They are going to switch off the Echo for the Castle because they're trying to sneak in an Archives Teller, and a Castle can be a giveaway that you're going to be playing that, whereas the Echo is going to be more indicative of different sites, like we saw for Lobby, for example. So, sneaky. I like it. I always love to see those 6 picks used just to try and fake out a little bit what you can of your opponent, especially when your opponent, let's say they want to save drones, right? And they don't want to drone all the way to bomb site to verify bomb site because they don't want to lose any drones droning just too far in. You can trick them a little bit. You can see teams get a little bit baited. They will eventually figure it out, though, nonetheless. But either way, Nyx is going to be getting those castle barricades up, and they've got a little bit of C4, but the most important thing for me is they've got the pulse. That is so important for defending the site, in my opinion, and I've seen a lot of teams fail on the site by not being able to hit their C4s. Number one way to be able to hit your C4s is a pulse. Number 2 way, Valkyrie, I suppose, to be able to have that camera. Either way, you don't want to just throw them up and hope you're on the right spot, because more often than not, you're just going to open up the holes that they're going to shoot you in the face from right after.
Yeah, the pulse definitely going to be big here for Reciprocity. Another thing that's worth noting is that Pulse can, of course, see all the way to the top floor from the bottom floor. So if you're playing Pulse in the bottom in Archives, you can see people in admin office.
I didn't realize the distance was actually that short.
You can only just barely do it, though. Like, you have to actually be right underneath that person.
Yeah.
But you can do it. It's possible, so.
Keep that in mind, folks.
If you want to if you want to cover a very specific position, you can do that.
Just make sure you know which floor you're pinging them on so you don't accidentally shoot up thinking they're there. But Factor had a good round last round to pick some vertical early. He was not been having the best necessarily match, but more than enough made up from his teammates.
You could see that there was a little bit of that mob, not mentality, but mob strategy from LG, as they had 3 people ready to get that kill.
Just get him.
Yeah.
Traded at the very least.
Even if Vertical had gotten 1, it would have been a trade.
I like this idea from the Buck where he used the cover of the shelf at first. I imagine the client side, he probably couldn't see through this. Probably not there.
That's client side debris. So you can tell by the way he's positioning his crosshair, he does not see that.
Yeah. Just to be clear to those of you not aware of that, he doesn't see the same thing we do. We are the spectator.
Or maybe he does because he keeps crouching. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. We don't know.
Who really knows, right? We're not him.
He's not looking like we get an interview with him either. So
what we do know is client-side debris is redonkulous.
Yeah, it's definitely problematic, as the spectators might get different.
Yeah, we get completely different, so.
Well, it keeps it interesting.
Sometimes it's the same, but it's
variable.
Oh, good timing on the flank, and FoxA gets 2 for his trouble.
He is on one.
A clean read and a really sloppy hold there from Luminosity, as they are not paying attention to the bottom of Spiral. That allows Laxing to push into the locker hallway. Slash trying to make up for this by pushing up to kitchen doorway, see if he can get the refrag. He actually could make a push here, but he's got to be wary of Retro, who's challenging from the long angle in the hallway. Flash is going out. That's going to broadcast Slash's intentions. Yeah. And will actually shift focus to him.
He's just using it as cover, it seems like at this point, trying to get away at the very least. Doodle at least finding Nyx. But a 3v3 and 41 seconds left, still not looking great for this attack, especially with castle barricades. They're just now opening.
Well, I think the main story is that FoxA is still alive.
Yeah.
That's what's going to cause problems for Luminosity. As FoxA currently with both the kills for his team, Laxing trying to make that make an ace not possible, but he'll miss the shot. Doodle will hit his. Beautiful shot there. Doodle on low HP, so he'll die easily. And there's the 3rd for FoxA. C4 ripped. He knows he has diffuser. He's just got to win the follow-up engagements. A 4K. Can he get the ace? Or will Hyena, or rather Retro, deny it? FoxA gets the ace, and Reciprocity win it 7-1.
Not only does Fox just blow him out of the water round after round, he aces in the very final round to cap things off. You know he's going to be here for that interview.
It's probably going to be FoxA.
Oh, it's got to be. After that, he is grinning from ear to ear right now.
Oh, I would imagine so. A beautiful round there from FoxA. And I gotta say, the most impressive thing about that ace is the fact that FoxA won heads-up engagement.
He should have been able to fight him.
With a UMP.
Yeah. He even got shot on a few of those, and it wasn't enough.
We're talking about winning straight one-on-one engagements where the enemy knows where you are because you just killed one of their teammates. Yeah. And it's in a funnel, which is banana. It's if you don't know what banana is, that's the bottom of spiral stairs, like down from the middle floor to the basement.
So does that mean all
he won those engagements with an ump? How?
Yeah, I think his entire ace was related to those spiral stairs, in some way or another. It was at the bottom of the first 2.
Yes.
And then I think
every single one of them. The last kill was the furthest from Spiral because it was the player inside of Archives, but he had just come off of Spiral.
It was a death spiral, basically, for Luminosity. That one round, that's it.
Almost a completely clean sweep there.
That was the Reciprocity I think we were expecting this season. After they've had some pretty good record in the past, they looked pretty decent last season.
It was definitely a really good performance there from Reciprocity. Absolutely. A lot better than we've seen from them so far this season, and it seems like they're starting to pick up speed with their new roster, and things are looking really solid.
Well, let's ask them what they think about that. Fox, way to close things out with an ace with the ump in the very last round. Such a showman.
Yeah, of course. I mean, just had to play our game. I just was in the right position at the right time. So
I think you were playing your game pretty much every round. I think, while I know it was a team effort, a very impressive performance for you today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, again, I mean, Consulate is just one of those maps that I guess LG, the way we were playing against them, I was just in the right position at the right time, and any one of my teammates could have gone off. And so, yeah, I wouldn't really say it was just all me, but I definitely hit my shots that I needed to.
Well, that's good. Obviously, you guys have had a little bit of a slow start to the season. Is there anything you changed prior to going into this match that you think might have benefited you in terms of, getting a very, very dominant victory?
Yeah, I mean, the losses and the tie versus DC were very crushing just because we spent a lot of time on it, but it definitely showed us a lot of our weaknesses as a starting team. Of course, like I've said in the previous interview, those were our 3 hardest games for the season, in our opinion. And we definitely should have beat DZ. We just ended up choking. And I think SSG, DZ, all the TSM have, the way we've lost to them has made us better. So we've just been trying to adapt and play more as a team, I guess, and fix those issues. And now we have these next games that we're just gonna put our practice into work, prove it, I guess, and just hopefully come out with some more points for this half of the season.
Well, I definitely learned my lesson in not picking you guys for today. Obviously not going to make that mistake the next 2 play days, Commander guys, especially if you feel like your hardest matches are behind you. But it's a good turning point for you. Obviously, once we get to the halfway point of the season, there's still plenty of points left to be had. I mean, are you guys feeling confident about this current roster that you're hopefully unlikely to make roster changes mid-season?
I mean, absolutely. Our roster is very fresh, so I mean, there's just a lot we got to go through. As for roster change, I don't think anything will happen for the near future that we know of, just because, again, new roster and not one of those teams just to drop somebody as soon as they've, have a rough game or something like that. So just stick with it, make it as strong as possible. Our strength from our prior team was because of how much time we spent together. So we're just going to try and build that chemistry in that time now, and there's really nothing else we can do besides wait and just practice and improve as best as we can.
Well, then related to that, obviously we had Canadian talking before about banning Ash against you guys to disable Nyx. It didn't seem like he was struggling so much today as he had been possibly on Sledge before. He was playing a lot of Gridlock today. Did you guys try and make any changes or work on making sure that wasn't going to be a problem in the future?
I think for their game specifically, I think the Ash ban was really solid. But of course, once a team gives their strat to countering us, we have to figure out another way. In the previous interview, I said we've had Nyx try playing different roles and everything, and he's been getting better and better each day at being more as, a flex player rather than a hard entry. And so we've just been utilizing in spots, and he really enjoys it, having this freedom. So yeah, he's just been getting better each day we practice and get better.
Well, it's good to see that today. Obviously, a great match for Reciprocity. Look forward to all your future ones. Anything you want to say to the Reciprocity fans after such a good victory today?
Yeah, make sure to buy our merch. Anyway, we'll see everyone in Invite. Today was a great game for us, and I think it showed the strength that as a team we can bring. So we're just going to try and keep that going for all of our fans, and hopefully we put on a show for everybody, and we'll see everyone at Invite.
Well,
thanks for supporting.
Looking forward to seeing that. Obviously, you guys play pretty well at LAN, so I expect good things out of you. But either way, good night. Enjoy the rest of your day off tomorrow. Obviously, you got to work for Wednesday, but look forward to that as well.
Thank you. Have a good day.